Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to install Python on our computer, play a little bit with the interactive Python shell, and write and run our first Python script. We'll also introduce variables in Python. Okay, let's get started. To install Python, let's just go to the Python website. Let's just start from the shortcut and go to downloads. As you can see here, the latest installer for Python for your system is recommended here. If you are not sure whether your system supports this latest version, you can always go to the source code for Linux, Windows for Windows users, and Mac OS for Mac OS users. You can just go to these links to find out the most suitable version for your operating system. And for now, let's just use the latest version. The download does take a few seconds. Okay, so after it is downloaded, let's just double click and let's run the installer. So agree. And if the password prompt pops up, you just enter your password and install. Okay, for Windows users, at some stage of the installation process, a dialog like this will pop up. And at the bottom of this window, you make sure you check this add Python 3.11 path. This enables you to run Python from anywhere on your system. For Mac OS users, there's no need to check this box. Let's just close it. Okay, for Linux users, you may already have Python installed on your system. Just check out by typing Python 3 at one word in the terminal. If your system does not come in with the latest Python version installed, you have to download the source to build from scratch. Just follow the instructions provided in the installation package you download. So after the installation process ends, you just test whether Python is properly installed on your system by, just like what I said, typing in Python 3 and return. Okay. So for Mac OS, you can use the iTerm to do this. For Windows users, you may just want to fire up the CMD. So after you just type in Python 3 and press return, you'll see the interactive Python shell. Okay, this is a very simple introduction to this shell. As you can see here, we have three greater than symbols tucked together. And this is an indication that you can just, you see, enter something here, like your commands or some Python scripts. Okay, so let's try it. First, how about a number alone? Let's press return, and you can see the number is printed to the screen. Okay, and how about we want to just get a word to the screen? Let's just do hello and press return. Oh, whoops. Seems that there is a error message here. You can see trace back, right? Maybe this is the recording of the run of the program. Okay, so the message is here. Name error. Name hello is not defined. Okay, did you mean help? Okay, we do not mean help. How about we just, you see, type in hello surrounded by a pair of single quotes. This time, no error message to annoy us. Okay, you can see hello is echoed to the screen. But you may also notice that hello is surrounded by a pair of single quotes, just like what we typed in. But this hello without single quotes just got the error message, unfortunately. Okay, so why? What is meant by hello is not defined. Okay, we'll talk about this very soon in this video. Okay, so here you can see hello surrounded by a pair of single quotes is called a string in Python. A string basically is just a series of characters surrounded by a pair of single quotes. Okay. And the interactive Python shell can accept string from inputs and echo it. Now let's try an assignment formula like a equals sign 3 and return. Oh, nothing happens. How about we just type a again and return? Okay, you can see the value of a is echoed to the screen. Okay, so here we are doing an assignment. We assign the number 3 to a. So what is a? A is actually a variable. Okay, a variable needs to get its first value when it is declared like this. So just now we just typed hello without the single quotes. So hello is the name maybe for a variable, but we didn't give hello an initial value. So you see, if a variable does not receive an initial value and it is used, it will just print this error message like hello is not defined because it does not have its initial value. Okay, so here when we just type in a, we can see no error message pops up because a has received its initial value. How about now we just give a another value like a equals sign -2 and we just type a again. You can see now we got a new value for a echoed to the screen. That is -2. Okay, so we can change a's value. That just makes a variable. That's why we call it like that. Now, let's involve more than one variable. A equals sign 5, B equals sign maybe 2, and we do an expression like this. What will happen? As you can see here, the result of subtracting B from A is printed to the screen. That is 5 minus 2 equals 3. Okay, so that means the interactive Python shell can do any calculations for us. Okay. Next, let's do a statement like this. See what happened. Okay, as you can see here at the bottom of this terminal, you can see hello Python is echoed to the screen. Actually, it is printed by the print function. Okay, so this expression is a function call in Python. So print is the name of the function, and hello world as a string is fed to the function as a parameter. Okay, so when we just invoke or call this function by press enter, this string, the arguments, okay, is printed to the screen. Actually, we can just fit everything in between the pair of brackets, and we can see it can be printed. Okay, even an expression like this. Okay. So in Python, this 5 and this 10 times 8 is actually called an expression. An expression can be evaluated to a value, like 5 here and 80 here. Okay, enough play of the interactive Python shell for now. We often use the interactive Python shell to test some statements. It's quite convenient if you do not want to write a script file to test something simple. Now, let's write a script in Python. To write scripts, you need to use a code editor or an integrated development environment, which comes in with an editor. An integrated development environment is also called an IDE for short. There are many nice code editors out there like Sublime Tests, like this one, and also VS Code or Vim. We can actually, let's exit the interactive Python shell first. We can actually just invoke Vim from the terminal on macOS, as you can see here. It would be better if you can use an IDE to type in the code and run it immediately after, though. So a great IDE for Python would be PyCharm. So you can just download PyCharm from this website. Okay, let's download. As you can see here, we've got 2 editions of the PyCharm IDE on each platform here. And one edition is called the Professional Edition. It provides very powerful functionalities, but it needs to be purchased. Using the Professional Edition to learn Python may seem like an overkill. So we have the Community Edition, which does not just include so many functionalities, but it is free to use and very suitable for learning Python. You may want to download the Community Edition to begin with. And the installation process is straightforward. After you install it, just choose the default configuration. And you can follow some PyCharm tutorials online to know how to use it. And the community version of PyCharm is most suitable for creating and building Python projects. But at this stage, we need something that is even more lightweight. Python's own interactive development and learning environment, which is called idle. And on macOS, you can just invoke idle from the applications folder. Idle is installed together with the Python. So let's just run it. And after it is run, you can see this interactive Python shell again. Okay. And for Windows users, you may just run idle from the programs menu. So once we just got this interactive Python shell interface, we can just get the new Python scripts from File, New File. And once you open this new document, you can just start typing in the Python scripts. Let's just type in like name equals sign, Fido, and age equals sign 5, and print name is age years old. So after we finish writing the scripts, we are ready to run it. Okay, let's just go to run on the menu and run module. So here it says we need to save the scripts first, of course. So let's just OK. And you can choose any folder or create a new folder for you to save the scripts. Let's just save it as my first script. Okay, in Python, they also they often use the underline to connect multiple words into a whole name. Okay, let's just do the save. As I have saved this before, so I just replace it. Okay, so after it is saved, it is run. And you can see Fido is 5 years old, is printed to the screen. And there is a shortcut for you to run a script that is F5 here. So let's just press F5 to run it again. You can see it's very handy because we just need to press one key. Okay. Voila. We just write and ran the first Python script. So now let's just take a brief look at how this all works. First, we created a variable called name, and we assigned it with its first value, initial value. Fido this is a Python string, and then we created age and feed it the first value as 5. So what are variables? Why can we do all these? Variables are just, you see, memory spaces with a name, like name and age here. Let's just look at this memory map figure, okay? As you can see here, the string Fido is actually stored in units in the memory of our computer like this. They are stored as individual characters as F, I, D, O. So these characters are surrounded by single quotes to show that they are add characters. And they occupy each a unit, and each unit has a memory address like this, okay? It must be very difficult for us to remember these addresses, okay? And you see here we've got some more memory units between Fido and the value 5. Okay, that's how the values are saved in memories. They are not just usually saved in consecutive units. As you can see here, these addresses are not actually consecutive at all. Okay. So it must be very hard for us programmers to remember these addresses. That's why we need the labels like name and age for these variables, okay, for these memory units, okay, to make it easier for us. And how about the print statement? As I said just now, it is a function call. The name of the function is print. And here name is string, age, 5, and years old string are actually arguments or parameters to this function call. And how this function call works, okay, we shall not discuss this in this video, and we will leave it to a later video, but very soon. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe my channel. Welcome to give me comments. See you next time. Bye.